what's up, everybody? I'm Titus Medina.
I'm Zip Wiggins.
I'm Phil Hernandez.
We're Crimson Rain. We're happy to be part of this interview right now. How you doing, Rock Adictos? How did the band start many years ago? Just like anybody else is in a band, it all started with a dream. You get influenced by everybody that's leading the path in front of you and a vision, and you go for it. So that's a loaded question right there. But here we are now. This is what matters. 2018 with a solid lineup, and we're taking on the world by force right now. What would you like to talk about the music?
Wow, what can I tell about the music? Well, I came into the band probably, it's been almost 4 years now, I think. I was commuting from out of town, but still within the state. And my initial job with Crimson Rain was to learn music off of the first album. The music to me it is definitely progressive metal. It's melodic, but it's almost a bit mathematical in the sense of the arrangements. It's something that I found very interesting and challenging, and that set before me my task. One special, for instance, the song that we were actually able to put on stage, Zericho, down at the Hell&Heaven festival. One of Titus's neighbors from across the house knew the music so well. Whenever there was a drummer or they were practicing prior to me being there, he could always come over and be like, "No, it's not right." And then after I joined the band, in that process of me learning the songs, I got a few "that's not right." And then eventually one day he comes in and he came inside and he's like, "Dude, that's right. It sounds right." So it definitely was a challenge, but I definitely was caught the vision for Crimson Rain. I really enjoy the music. I enjoy the challenge, which a lot of which is of Titus's arrangements and writing that he's put in it, and therefore it gave me a kind of a fresh, I guess, way to go about being a part of this band, to lead to some of the newer music that's coming out. I'm getting to have a little bit more freedom to contribute in the arranging and writing of the drum parts and so on and so forth with the music, and that's getting really exciting as well. And I think that's about it for me on that.
What is you?
To me, it sounds like a progressive power metal band, kind of in the vein of a lot of European bands such as Evergrey. Kind of had a metal church vibe to me when we first hooked up. Anyway, that's pretty much my vibe on it.
Now, with me, the debut album, you can hear all of the major act influences, which is why hell&heaven was such a big, everything for us as fans and as a band and everything and where we're going. Many times I've heard people relate to the bands that were on that festival, including Ozzy, Judas Priest, all that stuff, Megadeth. Those were all big influences on this first album. And so that came out as such, and it was, that's always been the goal to me with anything we're doing, is to create something that is exciting to the fans and to capture them as we were captured as fans when we were before, to kind of, step out of the fan role and into the, music lifestyle presentation role, and let everybody that captures onto that to be able to be, taken away by it and just really have a good time and love the music. And now things have progressed in many ways. I got better musicians by my side, and we have a different direction that's incorporating what was on that, but it's becoming more intense. It's becoming a little darker, a little gothic, sound pulled into it. Kind of a haunting, still melodic, progressive direction. Incorporating keyboards in the new direction is a massive change to our overall sound, and it's ultimately what was missing to begin with. So we're looking forward to all of the new material we're working on. We have a couple new tracks that are soon to be released very soon. So definitely stay tuned for that right here in Rocky Adictos. I'm sure they will get that out to you very soon. We have a video that should be out at the end of the month, beginning of next month. So keep an eye out for that.
I think a couple other, if I might mention a couple other things, is something more recent too that as Crimson Rain, what we've been really taking another look at, like the performance side of the music, you know, expanding not only what our musicianship is, but also our abilities as performers on stage for the fans that are there, so that they're getting a show, a presentation, production that they're really enjoying to experience. And along with that, with the music, is work that we've been focusing on when it comes to vocals. A lot has been done by Titus to assume a lead vocalist role while still yet maintaining a lead guitarist, and there Zip and myself has also come along to help add in those layers of backing vocals, and it produces some of its challenges, but at the same time it's rewarding because the sound now has more full depth to it with, you know, extra vocals in there, as well as the way that the music was intended to be presented in sound.
A lot stronger now. It's been a living hell. You know, I mean, you don't get to even achieve what we did with this Heaven and Hell festival by not busting your ass, making sacrifices, or giving up. You never give up. You got to give everything.
This man here's relentless too, man. I gotta say that.
I gotta appreciate these guys for all their hard work, because I mean, I know what I go through, but I know it's multitudes more. It's times 10, if not 100 over here with Titus. And to coin the lyrics from AC/DC's song, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Very true. They didn't just write those lyrics because they thought it sounded cool. It's a very true statement. It's been, I think, for all of us, a life pursuit to this point, and to have had the opportunity to step out on an international stage, to have a positive experience like at the Hell and Heaven Fest, to leave good impressions with the fans in Mexico, as well as to have the opportunity to make impressions on our peers on stage that have been there since we were like childhood musicians aspiring to want to live a dream that would, you know, take us to this point where we've like, wow, we've done a lot of work, but now it's time to get down and do a lot more work. And for the fans, and I mean, that's what it's about, you know.
Yeah, you absolutely have to be persistent. You got to have a fight to the death attitude. You got to go for it. You can't hold back. You know, you got to give it every fucking thing you can give it, because even this exact, you know, recently, you know, things we've encountered with certain circumstances, had we not taken the chances and stepped it up and been willing to just take that extra leap of faith that I guarantee you 99.99% of people wouldn't have taken, except for I have these hard-ass motherfuckers beside me that are willing to step into the ring and fucking back me on fucking decisions. You know, without that, you're not going to go anywhere, man. You're only as strong as your weakest link. You know, no one person can do it by themselves. And, you know, you step into a direction and you fight for it. And if you're doing it right, people are going to catch on to that. And they're going to believe in what you're doing, the product. And when you get somebody that's strong enough to fight beside you, man, you're going to go places.
And there's been some strong camaraderie in this team of Crimson Rain that's here before you during this interview. It's like, and even it's like our communication one to each other, to edify each other, to build each other up, to stay focused, but also to actually kind of bask a little bit in the accomplishment. You know, it's like, and pat each other on the back, or knowing each person's got that same mentality of faith and belief and the winging of prayer. And it's kind of like you're saying, it's like Hell and Heaven Fest was almost down to like days and hours of decision of pulling the plug to be able to go, or if it just stick to it and step out there, because it definitely was an opportunity that didn't want to miss. So, and everything went positive, like I said, and it's a life-changing event to be able to have a part in something like that. But now it's like, what's next? Do it again.
You got to have faith. You're going to get knocked down time after time, 1,000 times. You just got to keep getting back up and keep fucking pushing forward, because that's what it's about.
Be a defender of the faith.
And it's just like, for me, in my mind, when we actually hit the stage and it was like the opening hour for that day of the festival, which was day 2, it was like my mindset recalled something somebody said. It's like, it doesn't matter if there's 1 fan out there, 100 fans, or 1,000 fans. When you hit that stage, you're out there to give it your all. And if it's just that one person, they're going to get the same show as if it was 10,000 people out there. And that's really, you know, when you step out there with everything that you put into becoming what you are, where you're at, it's like, that's what you want to give them. That's, I mean, they deserve that. You know, that's what they're working hard like we do on our regular lives to be able to have something and share time together to enjoy music and forget about the things that try to, you know, all the different struggles or whatever people are going through. That's where the music and having the band and being in it comes together to kind of become that other universal language.
Latest work is the proudest work. I'm very excited about what has developed. It's been you know, screaming insanity within my mind for quite some time, and you know, I got some new tools and new ability to do the job. And you know, as you progress as a musician, you know, one thing you got to always know is that there's always somebody better, and you can always be better yourself. And that's one thing that's vital for anybody that works, you know, in Crimson Rain, is that you need to know you can always be better, you know, and hold ourselves to such a high standard that, you know, we can always do better. The fact of the matter is, you know, we're perfectionists. We always know we can do better. We're never really completely satisfied with what's going on. But when you're able to come up with some new material and write in a new direction, and things, you know, are realized that you've been hearing in your head, and you know, you are on a serious
Kind of like
road of achievement. You realize you're at a whole new level of musicianship, and you're able to apply that to your writing style and ability, and you have the right people beside you to make that happen as a whole team. I mean, there's so many things involved with the music industry. You know, you can have the best material, but if you don't record it in the right place and you have poor sound quality, it doesn't matter. I mean, there's so many different things. But when you have people that believe in you, that are on the same page and can contribute to that direction, and you're fighting toward that direction, you know, it's pretty impressive. So we're very happy with where things are going. We're excited about what's about to be happening. We have 2 new tracks, like I mentioned before, that are going to be released very soon as a single, and working on a new album, and a whole new direction with a very a much more powerful, focused sound. Is we're very excited about that. So, you know, definitely stay tuned and check this out. You know, I have some other people beside my side to contribute to this. You know, Zip's brought in some new material that looking forward to being able to incorporate into this new album. So, you know, throughout this coming year, we're going to be recording this next album and hopefully releasing it by the end of the year. But we'll see what actually happens with that. What do you guys think the next step is? Well, the next step right now is definitely working on the new material, as well as working on, you know, the next shows. We're taking this, right now we're taking a break, we're having a few drinks and enjoying ourselves, because we busted our ass to be able to get to the point where we played Hell and Heaven, you know, in Mexico City, 2018. And so right now, starting this next week, we're going to start getting back on track, focusing on new material, as well as working on getting on other festivals and you know, throughout this country as well as other countries. And in the midst of all that, we'll be writing and recording new material.
Well, and too, it's like, I think with the creative ideas and thoughts between band members, you know, we could think like, hey, you know, it's like, is it about time that we do a music video with one of the new songs off of the album? And other work of like, well, looking at the stage production or performance aspect to go along with the music. It's like Titus mentioned, it's like always taking it that next step up to make it something more grand than what it was before. Because it's like, in a sense, it's like you're always working to be better. You're working to entertain more you're working harder on the focus of the music to have something that's going to touch people's lives, meet them where they're at, make them want to be there, yell and scream and shout, whatever it is. And that's, I mean, for me, it's like as the drummer with Crimson Rain, I started looking at different aspects of the drum kit and like, what can I do to add other visual effects without becoming too much of a distraction, because as a band performing, we're all one unit, but at the same time we're also doing things to stimulate people's excitement and experience. And so for me, it's like in my mind, I'm starting to think a little more about lighting and the way that lighting can be played with in the drum set as well as the stage lighting. But it's like we said earlier, it takes a lot of people to do things. You can't all do it all by yourselves, and there's a lot to be done. That
I gotta say, man, it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever gone through in my life. I got a special place in my heart for those people up down there in Mexico City. Fans were absolutely amazing. Met some amazing people while we were down there. Show itself, a lot of fun. Kind of blown away by the way the fans were just rolling towards the stage as soon as we took the stage. I mean, it was just great all the way around for me.
It was absolutely incredible. I mean, like you said, you know, we took the stage, we started rolling, and just the crowd started rushing the stage. You know, it's like a battle charge. They just ran right up to the front, started throwing the horns and rocking out, and dove right into the whole experience. Everybody we dealt with up to that point to us doing that, you know, the whole team involved was absolutely incredible. All the behind the scenes people involved were absolutely incredible, great to work with. You know, the backline manager, the backline crew, the stage manager, everybody involved. You know, special thanks to everybody involved that we actually worked with one-on-one and as a crew down there just to prep for our set itself. You know, all the way up to the production manager of Marilyn Manson. You know, they just took us under their wing and helped us out with everything. A simple request that a lot of people could have been complete dicks about and shut us down on. They were completely cool and helped us out above and beyond what I was even hoping to be helped out with.
First class.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody involved. I mean, everybody from, you know, even the people that would shuttle the bands around with the golf carts. You know, I mean, these people were just amazing to work with. It was a great team, a great environment. We were treated well. We were well received by the fans. They loved us. They ate us up. We're so happy to have met them and to be, you know, a part of their lives now and welcome, you know, them into, you know, what we can offer as musicians and as a band to them. I mean, we don't have anything bad to say about the experience down there overall, except for, you know, a couple things at the end, but that had really nothing to do with anybody involved at all. It was absolutely incredible, and you know, we're looking forward and hoping to do it again in the future. Absolutely, it was absolutely incredible, and you know, there's not a single bad thing to say about that. The people were amazing, from behind the stage, in front of the stage, even after the show, during the show. I mean, everybody just had a great time. We had a great time performing. You know, the people were enjoying it, and afterwards, as we went and interacted with the crowd. Throughout the rest of the performances of the day, through Megadeth, Judas Priest, Ozzy, Manson, we were just well received everywhere we went. I mean, everybody loved it, you know, dealing with us and interacting with us, and it was absolutely fantastic.
Everybody wanted a picture.
Hey, we're Crimson Rain. We absolutely fucking love rock Adictos. We are happy to be part of this interview. We are happy to be part of everything you present to us. Thank you so much for all of your media coverage. We cannot wait to get back and do some more. Thank you very much. We love you.